First and foremost, I'd like to welcome you to this ceremony today. It is about you all. Without you, we'd be nothing. Force multipliers to a T. I will keep it short because I'm going to let the CG talk because you're going to have to listen to me for almost the rest of this time here. General Tan, the floor is yours, ma'am.
Well, good morning, everybody. I am so excited to be here today. I've been looking forward to this day to be able to formally thank all that you do for Team BAMC and show you how much we really appreciate and really honor, we so much appreciate the work you do to continue to honor our nation and support America's sons and daughters. This really ceremony focuses on the contributions made by our volunteers during 2022, but, and I really want to say this, the greater focus is on the longevity of your presence and your contributions to BAMC. We really can't do what we need to do here without our amazing volunteers. Some of you might not know that BAMC volunteers actually date back to the year 1994 when we were the Brooke General Hospital, now what we would call Army South, right? And you've been with us since then, and a lot of you even helped us move here in 1996 as we transitioned from Brooke General Hospital to our current location as Brooke Army Medical Center. So that's 28 years of dedicated presence and service through conflicts, through COVID. You've been with us fighting the good fight, and we really thank you for that. Really, when we talk about who is Team BAMC, you are the foundation of Team BAMC, and we're here today to say thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. I want to do some math, and I'm normally not somebody that reads from a mic, but I have some math to do, and public math is something I should not do. So I want to give you some math because I want you to really understand how much we value and appreciate what you've done and the impact you guys have had as a group. So quick math says you've averaged over 325 volunteers a month over those 28 years. And that, if we do cumulative contribution to the mission, that's just shy of 2 million hours of volunteer work. If we apply today's median salary, that equates somewhere in the ballpark of $54 million in gifted labor. Say $54 million in gifted labor. That is a true gift that you guys continue to give back to our nation, and we're greatly appreciative of it. Last year alone, we averaged 195 volunteers a month who worked a total of 31,000 hours, which is, again, using the median income, is $833,000 just in 1 year alone of your volunteer time. So please. Today's ceremony, we hope to really show you how much we appreciate, but it's only a drop in the bucket for how much you mean to us and mean to the entire organization. And so as we recognize you today, please know this is something we wish we could do every day to thank you. And I hope there's people that do thank you every day for what you do, because it does make a huge difference. Today's like today. And then on Wednesday for the post volunteer recognition ceremony is really our ability to officially say thank you. But every day you're in my hearts and minds, and we really can't do this mission without you. The stories that I get told on a daily basis of how you've touched the lives of both our staff and our patients really move me. And today we hope to recognize you for those contributions. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it back over for us to get after recognizing you all.
Remember, I told you I have 33 pages of script. Now on to the recognition portion of the ceremony. The first group we will recognize are the 83 BAMC individuals that were nominated and will receive the Presidential Volunteer Service Award at JBSA on Wednesday. We have you seated in the middle, all 83. We can't name you, but we ask, if you can, please rise so that we can applaud and honor you. Quick math on that is the Presidential Volunteer Service Award is given in the bronze, the silver, and of course the gold categories. And to even earn the bronze, you have to work at least 100 hours over the course of a year, and you all have met that threshold and surpassed it. Now on to the volunteer recognition aspect. Every year we ask staff to nominate volunteers across BAMC in 4 different categories. Individual volunteers of the year, family, group, and team. Well, we've been blessed to have an influx of professional volunteers over the course of the last 2 years. And so instead of just keeping one individual category, we decided to do a professional and a non-professional category to allow us to say thank you to those that come forth in a professional capacity. We had 2 nominees this year. Will nurse practitioner Corinne Devlin please come to the stage? Ma'am, please. Command Sergeant Major. Ms. Devlin works for the Department of Family and Community Medicine at the McQuetty Troop Medical Clinic. Her devotion to the military and Army medicine on the whole brought her to us. Ms. Devlin, we appreciate your service and congratulate you on your nomination. Please stay on the stage. Our second nominee is Dr. Forrest Oliverson. Sir, please come to the stage. Carl, the white one.
I haven't seen him forever. He used to be my husband's boss. Oh, so good to see you, sir.
Oliverson. O-L-I-V-E-R-S-O-N.
Oh, there it is. We found it. Sorry about this. I've known him since I've been Major Tavian. We go back a bit.
You guys know what I'm like. I slime everywhere, right? All over the place. We have 2 nominees, exceptional individuals. But, as in every competition, we have to have a winner. And so here we go. Drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, our Professional Volunteer of the Year for 2022 is nurse practitioner Corinne Devlin. Congratulations, ma'am. Thank you. Now on to our non-professional individual nominees of the year. Chris Blair, will you please come to the stage? Ms. Blair is BAMC's therapy dog coordinator who ensures that puppy love is spread throughout the BAMC campus and JBSA-wide. Her teams bring smiles and comfort to patients, staff, and visitors alike. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Chris Blair. Huckleberry. Carl Conti, please report to the stage, sir. Mr. Carl Conti is the emergency room clerk whose computer and people skills mark him as an integral part of the ED admin team. Carl is dedicated to the ED mission, and he and the staff recognize the important role he plays there. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carl Conti. Paula Davidson, please come to the stage. Ms. Davidson is the Burn ICU Greeter Volunteer Coordinator. The BICU greeters are the ICU's front line and have a 7-day-a-week presence for staff, families, and patients there. It's not an easy job, but one she and her volunteers do with great love and commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Paula Davidson. This next young lady did not want to be here today because she shies away from notoriety. She shies away from being recognized. But I sweet-talked her into coming. And Susan Gardner, please come to the stage. Ms. Gardner had a two-pronged presence in 2022, working for the Department of Anesthesia in an administrative capacity and also as a medical library aide. I kept it short just for you, Susan. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Susan Gardner. Chuck Lutz, please come to the stage. Mr. Lutz works for the Department of Operative Services as an operating room assistant in an administrative capacity. Chuck retired from BAMC as an OR nurse and simply could not stay away. He was called back to be with us, and he did the OR nurse job for a while before he decided that he'd rather just help on the administrative side. He is held in high esteem and considered an invaluable team member by the OR staff. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Chuck Lutz. Will Mr. John Scanlon please come to the stage? What to say about the guy everyone knows from his 2 days a week at the garden entrance? Do we dare call him the face of BAMC? Mr. Hello, have a nice day? Well, we could, and I just did. Need I say more? Nope. Big John, we all know you and what you do, and we appreciate you. He is an information desk greeter, and we all know him because he says hi to us every Tuesday and Thursday morning. John Scanlon. Oh, yes, ma'am.
So, you know, the one thing that's amazing about John is we can all be coming in either having a bad day or a good day, but we cannot start not to have a good day after you greet us and lift our spirits every day. And I've been told that by multiple staff members, that it just makes a huge difference to just have you there and welcoming us.
From the hills of Westover Clinic, Mr. Pablo Valdez, please come to the stage. Pablo was a mainstay for the Department of Family and Community Medicine at Westover. He was recently awarded the You Make a Difference Award by General Tayan, just last ceremony. His impact there is, and I quote from his nomination, "Without Mr. Valdez, the clinic would not be successful at meeting the DHA access to care mission." His positive attitude, teamwork, strong work ethic, and willingness to help have been instrumental to front desk operations and Westover's mission. I can't say it any better. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pablo Valdez. These are all of our nominees for Volunteer of the Year. And once again, we got to pick the best of the best. You guys ready? You know what you got to do? Drum roll. Our 2022 BAMC Non-Professional Volunteer of the Year is... Oh, Paula Davidson. Good job.
So we deployed together when I was Lieutenant Smith.
Oh, wow.
Good to see you.
That was cool. We will next honor two volunteers of the year who were selected by programs within a program. They are both bona fide volunteers of the year. Our first winner is Mr. Gil Dominguez, who is with the Department of Ministry and Pastoral Care. But Gil decided he and his wife needed a trip, so they're not here today. And on his behalf, I call Chaplain Justin Shannon to the stage to receive his Volunteer of the Year award on his behalf. Sir. Our second program within a program winner is from the BAMC Fisher Houses. Will Miss Roberta Love please come to the stage? Can I say that 5 times real fast? Roberta is the Fisher House Volunteer Coordinator. She is the keeper of the volunteer roles and acts as the interviewer for prospective volunteers. She and her team of volunteers ensures that our BAMC Fisher Houses are truly homes away from home for its residents in all ways great and good. Ladies and gentlemen, our BAMC Fisher House Volunteer of the Year, Roberta Love. I got to do a segue. Have you guys been watching the TVs around the building at all? I mean, not that you have time, but are you watching the TVs? Lately, we've been blessed with volunteer videos, and that young lady is one of the superstars. You may want an autograph when we're done. This was a category we added pre-COVID. And we had never done it before, even though we've had a youth program at BAMC for about 19 years. Summer youth program, our staff offers slots, and boom, we got it, right? Well, we have a Teen of the Year, and I know he is here today. Will Mr. Gabriel Valdez please come to the stage? He was in the news in 2022. PAO did a story on this gentleman. Gabriel spent last summer with us working in our medical library. Ms. Montez, our librarian, was very impressed with his curiosity, his inquisitiveness, and his attention to detail. He learned the job inside and out and became a true member of the library team. Ladies and gentlemen, our BAMC Teen of the Year for 2022, Mr. Gabriel Valdez.
Service in me as a teenager. That's pretty amazing, right? That's just impressive.
Our next category is BAMC's Family of the Year. We don't have a lot of husband and wives that volunteer at the same time. But this year, yeah, I'm talking about you guys. Will Suela and Rafael Rios please come to the stage? This is our BAMC Family of the Year, folks. Suela is a ward listener and Rafael is a patient transporter. They come to BAMC one day a week and ply their seasoned trades with infectious smiles and a palpable love for BAMC and its mission. Patients first is their credo, and they are well deserving of this 2022 Family of the Year award. Ladies and gentlemen, Suela and Rafael Rios. The last presentation category is for our Groups of the Year. We had 3 groups nominated. I'm going to call the groups, and if members are here, we want everybody on the stage, please. Will the Burn ICU greeters please come to the stage? I've already told you the greeter story when I introduced you to Paula Davidson. Their presence on the unit is heralded as nothing less than gold. This said by Miss Monica Abbott, the Burn ICU OIC, and even more so by the families that they serve. A source of comfort and order in a chaotic world, they bring calm, kindness, and gentleness to those that need it most. Ladies and gentlemen, our first Group of the Year nominee, the Burn ICU Greeters. In the land of books and service, our second nominee, Patient Library Aides. Please come to the stage. This group of ladies are the ones that keep the patient library in total order and a viable inpatient resource. Rachel Montez, our librarian, says they are family. They sort through all of the books and magazine donations, catalog and shelve them, and then, in what is truly the highlight of their day, they get to take the book cart around to our inpatient wards to offer patients a brief respite from the inpatient life with conversation and an offering of a book or a magazine. They even have pediatric stuff for our pediatric patients. They leave no one out. All this to bring a smile to the faces that they serve. Ladies and gents, our patient library aides.
Are you a Celtics fan? Not a sports fan.
Last but not least, will the BAMC Ward listeners please come to the stage? The listener program was started circa 2000 by former Army nurse Colonel Richard Harder. The goal? To give ward nursing staff an added presence that could and would spend all the time necessary with each patient to ensure that their stay here was the best that it could be. Wards are busy places, and the job's demanding for our nursing staff. Listeners can sit bedside, hold a hand, call for a chaplain, or even ask for clarification for a patient if he or she is uncertain about any aspect of their stay or their care at BAMC. Their job requires tact, diplomacy, and a servant's heart, and that's exactly what these folks have, ladies and gentlemen. Our third Group of the Year nominee of the year for 2022, our BAMC Ward listeners. Yes, ma'am.
So right now, my aunt is in an ICU somewhere where she has no family. And the idea of having listeners in a facility that can help people at their hardest time when they don't have people around, thank you. You make a huge difference to people's lives, and you just help people through their toughest time. And it's even harder when they don't have family nearby to be there. So thank you guys so much.
Always the hardest part of the job, picking winners.
Thank you guys so much.
Are you ready, folks? Drum roll, please. Our 2022 BAMC Group of the Year are our ward listeners.
Let's give a round of applause to all of you.
Amen. Now we're going to recognize two very special people that are nominees at the JBSA level, and their fate, insofar as awards, will not be known until that event. But it'd be remiss if we didn't say that we forwarded them there for the amazing things that they've done on behalf of Brooke Army Medical Center. We need to honor them today. The Volunteer Excellence Award is a lifetime achievement award given to select volunteers who have selflessly given above and beyond over the course of their volunteer journey. We nominated 2 wonderful people for that honor, and we can only hope that they are given the award at the JBSA level. They only give 4 of them a year. Competition is tough, but our nominees are certainly worthy of being entered into that competition, and by golly, I hope they win. Our first nominee is a young lady who just turned 29 years of age. 29 years old. Young. Sweet Jesus, I don't remember 29. She's a bright light in this often clouded world of ours. Edna Amakuchi, will you please come to the stage? Edna has been with us since 14 September of 2011. She served as a patient library aide, a BICU greeter, and as a seamstress beyond compare. Having sold countless BAMC patches, say that 5 times really quick. Having sewn countless BAMC patches to the burgundy vests you see among our volunteers. In fact, many of you might be wearing a vest that Edna sewed your patch on. She is kind of heart, gentle, giving, respectful, and a simple delight. Never seeking glory, she simply lives to be the best person she can be and tops off her success with a good dose of, what can I do for others? Edna has given over 4,000 hours since coming on board, and those are the hours that she logged, and I know doggone well that everything she did at home never made it into the record books, which I would venture to say her 4,000 hours are probably 8,000 or greater, but she'll never admit to it. The hours don't count, Edna, and all we care about is the service you've given us. Even as recognition shy as she is, I hope this award makes our 29-year-old Edna smile, that beautiful smile of hers. Ladies and gentlemen, Edna Amakuchi. Our second Volunteer Excellence Award nominee is a man who, like Edna, is a young whippersnapper at heart. He just turned 26. Edna's 3 years older than he is. This gentleman is truly a gentleman in every respect of the word. I know him well. He graces me with his presence about every other week, and we sit down and talk about life and about what he does here, even though he doesn't want to be recognized. Will Mr. David Long please come to the stage? David is a Caramobile driver that has been navigating our parking lots 1 day a week or more on occasion in his golf cart since July 16, 2007. He has given over 3,400 hours of service since that time and is deserving of the Sir Galahad Award for his kind and thoughtful service to our hospital patrons. Never one to say no, he has literally helped thousands of people come from their cars to the clinic and back again. And there are those, as our Caramobile drivers know, that often misplace their cars. And who do they turn to? Our Caramobile drivers. And what do our Caramobile drivers do? They will drive each and every row of the parking lot with the person either eyeballing or hitting their fob, hoping to find their cars. And I will say, there has never been a BAMC person that lost their vehicle that didn't find it because of our Caramobile drivers. I want to tell you a little bit more about these guys, especially David. Wind, rain, hot, cold, Texas weather at its worst has never kept David or his counterparts away from their mission. He takes his role seriously and with dedication. A side note, he and his wife also drive for Meals on Wheels, among other side hustles, like working with the Greyhound Rescue Program for 16 plus years. So behind the wheel is where David wants to be, And so his job is literally a labor of love. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Long. We wish you both the best of luck at the JBSA event, and we hope to see you on stage and recipients of the Volunteer Excellence Award. Well, I love rock and roll, and in the words of George Harrison, all good things must pass, and the best part for you is, I'm going to quit talking. One last thing, we have cake and bottles of water at the end of this. So please, when General Tayan finishes speaking, take cake with you. Take it for your friends. Take it for your neighbors. We want no leftovers. Ladies and gentlemen, our commanding general, Tayan. And Command Sergeant Major, you want to say a few words? Sorry, sir.
The utmost appreciation for everything you do. It is so important here, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
For those that know me, I love to find quotes that really speak to the power of the day. And it was really hard for me to find quotes that spoke to the power of this day because we really can't do our mission without you. You guys make such a huge impact. And words don't seem to do it justice. So I went and found some words of some very famous people to hopefully provide perspective on how important it is what you do. The first quote is from Martin Luther King Jr. And it says, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And clearly, all of you in this room have learned that lesson a long time ago and have continued to put the needs of others in front of self. And I am very much appreciative of you answering that call from Martin Luther King Jr. The second quote I found was from Gandhi. And it says, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And really, there has to be something about what you do here at BAMC that is allowing you to find yourself, because you guys give so selflessly to our organization that I really do hope it fills as much as you fill the buckets of others as you continue to give countless hours in the service to our community. The third quote, I don't know the author on this one, Alan Klein. Not a very famous person, but the quote is really good because I'm a scientist at heart. And it says, research has shown that people that volunteer often live longer. So there is a payback for all your volunteer hours that you live longer. And my fourth and final quote as we close out is from Audrey Hepburn. And it says, as you grow older, you will discover that you have two hands. One for helping yourself, and the other for helping